Hey guys, this is MacHeads 101, and today, March 2nd, Apple introduced the new iPad 2. Now, Apple said 2011 is going to be year of the iPad 2 because the iPad 2 is so much better than the iPad. So in this video, I'm going to be telling you all of the new features of the iPad 2, as well as a couple other small things that Apple talked about in their keynote. So first thing first, when you look at the new iPad, the first thing you'll see is how much thinner it is. The new iPad is actually a third thinner than the old iPad, so it went to 8.8 millimeters from 13.4. So the new iPad is actually thinner than an iPhone 4, and if you've seen an iPhone 4, they're really thin. So these iPads are really thin. Next, they added two cameras, one on the front and one on the back. And they say that the one on the back is HD, but I think it just exports the video in HD. I might be wrong, but I don't think it has that many megapixels because on Apple's site they didn't tell you how many megapixels it was. So I think the next iPad will have nicer cameras, but hey, at least you can have cameras on your iPad now. So it's got a front and a back camera, and with the cameras are a ton of new things, like they added photo booth for the iPad, which is just like photo booth for the Mac, although they only showed one page of effects. Maybe there's more pages, I don't know. But yeah, there's photo booth for the iPad, and there's also FaceTime for the iPad, so you can video chat with people on an iPod Touch, or an iPhone, or a Mac, or another iPad. And they also added a gyroscope. And a gyroscope, like an accelerometer sees which way you're holding an iPad, a gyroscope sees where you're holding an iPad, but like in like a small distance. Like a GPS would not be able to tell the difference from here to here, but a gyroscope would. So that's pretty much what gyroscope is. They also replaced the A4 processor with an A5 processor, which is supposed to be a lot faster. It's supposed to be twice as fast CPU because it's dual core, and this is supposed to be the most produced dual core tablet ever yet, and it's supposed to make the graphics 9 times as fast. Now the iPad 2 is also lighter than the previous iPad, although not that much. It's 1.3 pounds and the old one was 1.5. Apple says that the 0.2 pounds feels like a big difference. I don't know, they're probably just saying that, but it's still lighter, and that's what counts. Now, a couple other things that Apple introduced. They now have a cable that's $39, and the cable basically mirrors your iPad onto HD display because it's HDMI cable. So that's $39, and you can actually charge your iPad at the same time. Now, they say that it supports up to 1080p, which is like if you go to YouTube and you can see you can make videos up to 1080p and the quality will go up a lot. But the iPad resolution actually isn't 1080p. So if you're mirroring every pixel, then I don't know how they're getting 1080p. They probably just mean HD is up to 1080p, but I don't know. I think that this is hinting at 1080p iPad 3, but who knows. And they also introduced smart covers. Now, for the iPad 1, when they introduced it, they introduced a case for it. And they said that they like the case, but they don't want to keep doing cases because it interferes with third-party accessories, it hides the design, it makes the iPad thicker, and they just didn't like that. So they're introducing smart covers, and basically all a smart cover does is protect the front screen of the glass. But it was actually kind of cool because the smart cover is magnetic, so each time you put it on, you like place it on perfectly because it like snaps into grip, kind of like the MagSafe adapters. They just snap right into your computer. But yeah, it snaps into it snaps into place. And there's two kinds. There's polyethane or something like that. And yeah, I can't pronounce the word. Anyways, that's $39. Or there's leather, that's $69. and they both come in 5 different colors. And speaking of colors, the iPad actually comes in 2 colors as well, white and black. And unlike the iPhone 4, the white iPad will actually be available as of day 1. And what is day 1? Day 1 is March 11th, where they'll be introducing the iPad 2 as well as some of their apps in the App Store, which they introduced today. And the iPad apps that they introduced on the App Store were GarageBand and iMovie. So for GarageBand, what they did is they made it so you can play a bunch of different instruments if you know how, and if you don't know how, they have like a simple instrument for someone who's never touched a guitar before, and it's supposed to allow them to make great guitar songs. And you can also share your songs to YouTube, and you can to Facebook, some other sites, and you can put it on your computer and keep working on it on your computer because it's the same format. And they also have iMovie for the iPad. I was a lot more impressed by the iMovie than by GarageBand. They're both $5 or $4.99, GarageBand and iMovie. And iMovie, it was pretty much like iMovie for Mac. Like, I'm not gonna lie, they did a pretty good job for iMovie. Yeah, so when you open it, you kind of like see like a movie theater title type deal, and you can just like pick which project you want to work on, and then you can drag different stuff. There was a bunch of different features you can do. I was pretty impressed by the iMovie app. I think it's a good deal for $5. So anyways, they kept all the prices the same, starting at $4.99, but they pointed out that the price actually isn't that expensive. Like compared to the Motorola Zoom, which is $799, 5 out of 6 of their iPads are cheaper. The only one that isn't is the 64 gigabyte Wi-Fi model. I mean 64 gigabyte 3G model. And also their 3G now supports Verizon as well. So that's pretty much it for today's March 2nd keynote. So overviewing what they came out with today, or introduced. The new iPad, which is thinner, has 2 cameras, a front and a back one, which allows you to FaceTime, and you can make movies, which you can record directly onto with the camera. It has a gyroscope. It has the new A5 dual-core processor. It's lighter. You can now share this onto TV in HD with the HDMI cable, a 3-pin HDMI, and they have smart covers. I don't know if I mentioned this, so I'm just going to mention it now. I might have already mentioned it, but the smart covers, the reason why they're called smart, I actually thought this was kind of cool. So the iPad is actually made like to work with these. Like there's magnets in the iPad and there's magnets in the smart cover, and that's how it holds in place. So it detects when the cover is on. So when you put the cover on, obviously you're not going to be looking at the display because you're covering it. So it actually puts your iPad to sleep, and once you open it, like opening a book or something, your iPad just wakes up. I thought that was kind of cool. And you can fold all the covers into stands. So yeah, that was pretty much it for today's keynote. If you have any questions, just comment, and either I or another viewer will reply. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching. For more videos like this, subscribe, and goodbye.